Rachel Zegler just showed up to her own movie premiere, and no one else did. Not the fans, not the press, not even her co-stars. And now, Disney is pretending her biggest movie never existed. Theaters are yanking it from screens. Merch is rotting on store shelves. And inside sources say Zegler has officially become Hollywood's newest liability. What happened to the girl Disney promised would lead the next generation of princesses? Let's dive into the shocking downfall of Rachel Zegler and the moment everything fell apart. At first, Disney stayed quiet, but insiders noticed something strange. Snow White was disappearing. Theaters across the US started dropping the movie early, even though contracts said they were supposed to run it for weeks. Why? Because even weekend showings were empty. One fan posted a now viral clip from inside their local theater. You can hear the sarcasm in their voice as they walked into the auditorium. "Let's see how full it is. I hear one. 2. Okay, 2 people. Off to the woke we go." The camera panned over rows of empty seats. Not just light attendance, zero energy. No buzz, no crowds, just silence. It looked more like a canceled PTA meeting than a Disney premiere. Disney was desperate, but it was already too late. International humiliation. The backlash wasn't just in America. In Lebanon, the government banned the film altogether. Not just from theaters, but from import. The message was clear. Snow White wasn't just unwanted, it was toxic. And then came the true humiliation. Lilo and Stitch, yes, the quirky tropical cartoon, opened the same month and destroyed Snow White's entire domestic run in just its opening weekend. Let that sink in. A movie about a blue alien in a Hawaiian dress crushed Disney's most expensive princess reboot of the decade. This wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't a Marvel flop or a niche experimental film. This was Snow White, and it failed harder than anyone thought possible. Disney tried to save face by limiting the merch drop, making it look like demand was too high to keep shelves stocked. But months later, those shelves were still full. Snow White dolls, mugs, t-shirts, all of it collecting dust. Even die-hard Disney collectors didn't want it. Retailers started slashing prices just to get it off their hands. Still, no takers. It wasn't just a box office problem, it was a full-blown brand rejection. And the internet knew exactly who to blame. Rachel Zegler, once hailed as the modern Disney princess, had become the internet's favorite punching bag. And her co-stars? They weren't helping. Gal Gadot, who played the evil queen, refused to defend Rachel when asked about the backlash. Instead, she blamed a disconnect between what fans expected and what the film delivered. In Hollywood speak, this wasn't my fault. But she didn't stop there. When asked directly about her experience working with Rachel, Gal responded with a chilling one-liner. "I'll talk about that when I feel comfortable." 10 words, 10,000 rumors. Was the set toxic? Did Zegler clash with everyone behind the scenes? Gal didn't say it, but she didn't deny it either. Co-stars vanish, future canceled. Then came the most obvious sign that something was seriously wrong. Andrew Burnap, who played Rachel's love interest, didn't show up to the premiere. No press, no interviews, no red carpet, nothing. And fans immediately remembered Rachel's own words from earlier that year. She'd literally told reporters, all of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows, it's Hollywood, baby. Imagine working months on a Disney blockbuster, only for your own co-star to throw you under the bus before the movie even releases. No wonder he ghosted the premiere. Then, Disney made their biggest move yet. Without warning, they canceled the live-action Tangled. No teaser, no trailer, no announcement. Just gone. And while Disney hasn't officially said why, the pieces fit too perfectly. Rachel Zegler was reportedly Disney's top pick for Rapunzel. But after Snow White, that door slammed shut. It wasn't about casting anymore. It was about strategy. Disney couldn't afford another billion-dollar gamble on a face the internet had already turned against. As the backlash piled up, Rachel Zegler tried to save face. She posted a tearful clip to Instagram, visibly holding back emotion as she addressed her critics. "To everyone who hates when I win, I just hope that despite my flaws and my cracks, people will still line up to see me." But the internet wasn't buying it. Then she did something bold, maybe too bold. She attended a screening of her own movie, flowers in hand, smiling for the camera like it was a celebration. But the footage told a different story. Empty seats, no applause, no excitement, just Rachel, standing alone in front of a ghost town. What was meant to be a victory lap turned into a meme. Snow White and the 7 empty seats. She brought flowers to a funeral. A press tour for a movie no one saw. The final blow. Despite Disney's massive marketing push, Snow White couldn't even crack $100 million at the domestic box office. Its IMDb score, one of the lowest for a modern Disney release. Critics and fans alike piled on. But then, the final humiliation came from the most unexpected place. Minecraft. Yes, Minecraft, the movie, a film everyone assumed would flop, obliterated Snow White at the box office. Why? Because it gave fans what they actually wanted. No political lectures, no drama, no controversy. Just fun. Just zombies, pickaxes, and Jack Black yelling into a mic. And while Minecraft soared past $100 million in days, Snow White crawled to triple digits, humiliated, exhausted, and broken. The industry turns its back. Behind the scenes, things were getting even worse for Zegler. Studios started whispering, directors backed off, and roles that were once hers for the taking quietly moved on to someone else. The same Rachel Zegler who was once called the future of Disney was now being labeled unreliable and overexposed. Her name had become risky, her presence a liability. What we're witnessing isn't just a failed movie, it's an entire industry turning its back. So where does that leave Rachel Zegler now? Once the golden girl of musical cinema, now the cautionary tale of what happens when the internet turns. She's not just facing a career slowdown, she's facing full Hollywood rejection. And while she scrambles to recover, one thing's already coming. Another animated roast. Because if you thought South Park was brutal, just wait until The Simpsons and Family Guy take their shots. Rachel Zegler didn't just lose a role, she might have lost Hollywood.